Okay, as I promised, we're going to revamp this knife. So what I need to fix is the profile of the edge. See how it's hollowed out here? I'm going to flatten that out, give it a better point. But the main thing, look at how thick this thing is. I mean, it's right at the very apex, a 1/4 inch back from the apex. It achieves full thickness. This is a fat knife. I explained this before, but I want to explain it in more clarity. This is my belt sander. I've cobbled together this, but let me explain what it is. This is a Plentum, but I've modified mine. I've got a little piece of hot rolled steel that's a 1/4 inch thick here. And this section here consists of two materials. This is felt. It's about 3/16 of an inch thick, pretty firm. They sell it at the hardware stores as something to put underneath a plate on a display table or something. And you take this felt, and this section is a 1/4 inch lower than this section. So you put the felt down, trim it, and then you take this graphite cloth, which you can buy at any sharpening supply place. If you've never seen this before, this is like nuggets of pure graphite stuck on a canvas backing. It wears surprisingly long, but as you use it, it gets smoother and smoother, as you can see, and it is slippery. It really works great. And what this does is when the belt is on it, if you look at it, it has a little give. And that's going to help me when I profile the sides of this knife. It just, some guys are able to go on a flat, hard plenum and have it super smooth. But for me, it's always a little faceted, you can see the individual passes. And this takes care of that. So you're going to see me work up here for part of it, and you're going to see me work down here. And that's intentional to get to a nice, uniform sides of the knife. So there you go. I'm going to put my phone here with a timer going. So you'll be able to, I'll have to stop and start at times, and I'm going to shorten this video. But we'll see how long it takes me to do this knife. I'm suspecting it'll be under 20 minutes, maybe 15. So let's see where we go with that. Okay, before I get started, there's a couple things I want to tell you. Right here, maybe it's just out of crop, this is a fan that I've got set up, and it blows all my particulate out and away. People have asked why I don't wear a mask. I do sometimes. I have one of these. I wear it. Normally I have a full beard, and I wear this as a respirator. But when the breeze is good, right now the breeze is blowing this way, my fan, it picks this stuff up and takes it. In fact, you'll see it down the line. This area here will be clean because the dust is being pulled away. So that's how I do it. You got to be careful with the dust. So I'm going to start off by setting the profile, and then I'm going to start my thinning process. You probably notice I move the knife pretty quick back and forth, left to right, right to left. The reason I do that is I find it disperses the heat better. This really matters when your knife starts getting thin. Just a couple passes can create a very hot edge, too hot to have your fingers on. So you need to do what you can to, lessen that. Go into the bath often. Do it far more often as you get closer to the final profile. Now that I've gotten off the bulk of the fat off this knife, this soft part of my belt sander really helps me with the contouring it, smoothing it out, getting the very final profile as I go from belt to belt. If you notice, I'm holding this knife at a 45-degree angle. That's so I know when I've removed all the marks left by the previous belt. After I'm done with this belt, I'll go back to 90-degree angle, and that will let me know when this belt's marks have all been removed. Otherwise, you might get to the very end and have marks from the first belt left. $15.42. Don't underestimate how much heat polishing creates. This knife is now very thin and needs to be cooled or you're going to burn your fingers.